A New Zealander who survived a shipwreck in Fiji has likened the moment his yacht hit a remote reef to a freight train hitting a brick wall. Wellington coffee pioneer Geoff Marsland was heading from Picton to Tonga with 4 crew, including SV Jungle owner Peter McLean, when the 61-foot yacht struck the reef 400 kilometres southeast of Suva. Now, Geoff says a king tide combined with no moon that night meant they didn't see the reef and the yacht's radar didn't pick it up. He told me he completely feared for his life.
And I looked out the cockpit and there was just a huge wall of white water. It was just the worst sight you ever want to see. I'm starting to tear up a bit now. And I just said, hey, we're going to hit a reef. Like, just shouted at everyone. 2 people were asleep and there was 1 person down at the nav table. And it just went crash, it right up onto the reef. And straight away, a massive wave came. We got into the white water. The mast came down straight away. Pretty horrific stuff.
Yeah, terrifying, because what the hell do you do? It's completely dark.
Well,
what did you do?
So everyone was up. Everyone was in total shock. It's like, hitting a freight train, hitting a brick wall. We were sailing really fast. We were sailing at about 10 knots. So what we all know now is we were the bugger was it being high tide on the radar not picking it up.
Yeah.
The bugger, but being high tide was our saviour because we went onto the reef. It was a king tide. If it had been low tide and we hit the reef, it was a massive wave, massive swell. We would have rolled onto the reef, and it would have been a whole different story. We rode up onto the reef. The rig came down. No one got hurt. Something hit me across the back, but no. I mean, on a big boat like that, she's a 30-ton boat, 61 feet, huge big rig on it. It all came crashing down. The boom went across the companionway, and then what happened was it jammed one of our life rafts. It took out, on that boat we've got SSB, we've got VHF, we've got sat phone, we've got sat text. My sat text got washed overboard straight away because it was up at the Dodger. Our sat phone with the first wave got taken out by the wave. Our SSB aerial got taken out when the rig came down. Our VHF aerial and another emergency sat phone got taken out by the boom. So it was just bang, bang, bang.
Holy moly! You've done a lot of sailing. Forgive me for asking.
I've been sailing with the guy on this boat I've been at sea with him for 35 years since I was 15, and we've sailed all around the world on that boat. Yeah, you have. So then there was me and Peter McLean and his son Sam, who owns National Candles. We've done heaps of sailing together, and then my good mate Roger Young, the unofficial mayor of Cuba Street, who's got Fidels.
Yeah, I know Roger.
So we all had that 30 seconds. Is this how we're going to die? So you don't really want to get out onto a reef in the middle of the night.
No. And I'm going to state the blindingly obvious, but I think now is the time for me to do it. You made it, right?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, which is a wonderful thing, because you must have been bloody terrified.
Oh yeah, you saw your kids' faces, your wife's, your lovers' faces, like just all our partners. We all looked at each other, and we know that we all thought we were going to die. We just thought it's the worst scenario, And then so it was straight away. It was like, right, abandon ship, get shoes on, get a grab bag, get your life jackets on, grab some food, grab the flares, grab the everything. Just set off an E-perp. But when you set off an E-perp, you don't know that anyone can hear you or see you. So we then got up. So then the boat started breaking on the reef. And the boat quite a lot of water was in the boat at this point, so we were grabbing food and everything. We were quickly eating some food. It sort of slowed down a little bit. It went from everything was we were going to die to we had a little bit of time all of a sudden because the boat wasn't breaking up straight away. There was waves washing over but not coming into the boat. But the boat was sort of bouncing on the reef, and we didn't know at any point it was going to crash over. We're so lucky none of the windows punched in them with the wave. So we got out and we sat there. We were having turns of holding the E-perp. And then, so at this point, it would have been probably, 3 hours went really quick because at sea, the thing is you never leave your boat until the last resort. So when it started becoming light, we could see an island. So we thought, wow, there's an island there.
And, as we'll hear after 6 o'clock, the island bizarrely, completely in the middle of nowhere, was inhabited. It's an incredible survival story. We'll have more from Geoff after 6 on Checkpoint.